Hello everyone, Fredrex here, and here's another movie review. I didn't went out to see any new movies yet, but I'm reviewing a movie because it's for 15 years. It's the 15th anniversary of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, the trilogy of the Sam Raimi movies of Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. So yeah, since I'm doing this, well, I have the Andrew Garfield Posable Spider-Man right here, but it's just for display right here. So yeah, today I'm going to review the Sam Raimi 2002 Spider-Man movie, because it's for 15 years for the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, directed by Sam Raimi, yes. And who plays the Spider-Man? Tobey Maguire. He appears to be my most favorite Spider-Man character, more than Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man Andrew Garfield. So yeah, and since this year when Spider-Man Homecoming is coming out with Tom Holland in it and Michael Keaton, and yes, if you do know, Tom Holland plays as Spider-Man, Peter Parker though, and Michael Keaton who plays as the Vulture. And there's going to be another villain in the movie that's actually Shocker. So either way, let's get on with the review. So here's the 15th anniversary of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. It appears to be with the first movie, back from 2002, a decade ago. That was the year when I was born, 2002, when this first movie came out. Okay, let's get on a review of this movie. And I love this movie since when I was 3. So, yeah, so, I love this movie. This movie is like, I don't even know how long this movie is. Probably, like, 2 hours and a half, maybe. So, yeah, and, I'll be right there with you. So, yeah, okay, it's been a disturbance. I thought I got distracted by my parents. Like, I thought they called me. But they were just yelling at the TV. Okay, so yeah, anyways, let's get on with this review of the Sam Raimi 2002 Spider-Man movie, directed by Sam Raimi, and Spider-Man played by Tobey Maguire. So it all begins with Peter Parker. You know, he's always been teased in high school, and he fall in love with the girl next door, Mary Jane Watson, blah blah blah, and so they're about to go to some science place for spiders, new set of spiders, for yeah, all kinds of spiders. Like there's like I forgot. I don't know how many spiders, like 25 super spiders or 39, I don't know. So when they went there, they got teased by the bullies, you know. And before they went there, Peter Parker's best friend shows up, Harry Osborn, and his father, Norman Osborn, who works into the Oscorp company of Oscorp, I think. Probably Oscorp, okay. And Oscorp Interestees. I just forget. Alright, so when they went in there, they were talking about spiders, and there was one missing. Was actually a radioactive spider. Went up to the ceiling, escaped somehow, and it landed on Peter Parker's hand, and the spider bit him, and it ran away. And Parker saw the spider run away, and he saw the bite on his hand. And in the computers, it says that spider was actually the new species, and later on in Oscorp Interestees, Oscorp, there was a new suit for some war, a goblin suit, like the glider and the suit, and yeah, they've been showing they were showing up the people about the suit and the glider. So yeah, and Parker went back home with his aunt and uncle, and he went to bed, he got dizzy, and then he got out, and then he knocked out, and then Norman Osborn gotta test out the goblin blood, or else Oscorp will be dead. And so they did, and it got inside him, and it got really dangerous, and he killed one of his people. Yeah, like one of the scientists, and he went there and he killed one of the soldiers. Well, okay. Oh, I forgot. It will be a spoiler alert into this review. Okay, and okay, when Parker wake up and he got a power, he got superpower. He cannot see through the glasses, and he got muscles somehow, like he's wondering. And he went up to school and he shot Webb, and he had a fight with Flash, and he just hit him in the head with a lunch plate by accident behind his head with all that stuff slobbered on behind his back. And they got in a fight, and Peter won because those powers he has. And he ran away and he climbed up the wall, and he was so excited, and he jumped over buildings top to top. And he got superpowers, and he creates a new suit to be a wrestler, to fight a wrestler named Bonesaw. He was about to get the money for buying a new car, so he wants to surprise MJ. And his uncle got shot by the killer named later Spike. Actually, Spike. So he chased him, and he avenged his father's death. And he actually fell out the window. So it was actually him when he, avenging the guy not giving him the money, and he let him through the hallway in the elevator and says thanks, and then he went outside and killed his uncle. So yeah, that's how it happens. And Oscorp told Norman that the suit and the glider is stolen, and he's been dead, and one of his buddies are dead. And Goblin appeared to kill one of the men, some of the soldiers. I forgot what they are, but yeah. And when Peter Parker went to college, graduate, and he started to take pictures of himself, and he started to be Spider-Man, busting out crimes and fighting burglars. That's what he does the best one. And he works in the Daily Bugle to be a photographer with J. Jonah Jameson. And yes, and the villain shows up in a parade, some celebrating parade from Oscorp, I think. And the Green Goblin shows up, and they don't like this design of the Green Goblin of like a Power Ranger Green Goblin, because back from the 60s, from the original comic books, everyone loved that Green Goblin with the mask, but it's just a helmet in that movie. So anyways, so yeah, I have enough spoiling. So, okay, all the way to ending, yeah, Spider-Man and Green Goblin fight each other like 3 times in the movie, and Spider-Man saved MJ's life, saved her like 3 times in the movie. I like the ending when they're in the Brooklyn Bridge with the final battle. When, yeah, choose what to save. So he saved the kids inside of some floating bus in the bridge, you know, and MJ, and they had a fight in some old church building, and Spider-Man beat the crap out of him because he said he was gonna finish MJ, and then he beat the crap out of him, and then he's like, stop, and then he unmasks his goblin mask, and he says, Mr. Osborn, and it was actually Mr. Osborn all along. And the glider shows up, and he flipped over, he got through the glider, and the glider stabbed Norman, and he died. So, yes, and Spider-Man brung him to his house, to Osborn's home, and Harry saw everything, and it went into the cemetery, and then went into the funeral of Norman. And in the ending, Parker saw his uncle's grave, and then MJ shows up, and Peter says he wants to break up with her, and he says, as always, we can be friends, and then he walked away. And he says, who am I? I'm Spider-Man. And then it shows a great ending of Spider-Man web slinging around the city, it gets up to Empire State Building, and then yeah, like that. I'm just using this guy. So I like the movie. It's like the best movie ever. I'm guessing this movie must be the best of This must be the best movie of 2012, the year when I was born. So it must be the best of that year, 2002. And I rate this movie a 10 out of 10. It's a great Marvel movie. It's probably the very first Marvel movie ever, I think. Well, the X-Men movies are first, and then Spider-Man. And yeah, I highly recommend you watching this movie if you're a big Spider-Man fan like me and my brothers. Watch this movie first. And then watch the other sequels like Spider-Man 2 and 3, and then watch the Andrew Garfield movies, The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. And this year, watch Spider-Man Homecoming. Wow, there's lots of Spider-Man movies on the way. Actually, one Spider-Man movie on the way this year. By Tom Holland. Okay, so this movie is awesome. So, I highly recommend you watching this movie, and it's awesome. Like the others. Spider-Man 2 is a great movie. Spider-Man 3 is a little off. And the two Andrew Garfield movies, the first one is some people really hate, some people like, because the story is a little not interesting. And the second movie is awesome. And Homecoming, we'll see if it's awesome or not. I'm guessing it will be awesome. So yeah, it's been Fred Rex Reviews, and watch this movie, and well, tell me in the comments below, and tell me how much you love this movie, the first movie of 2002, Spider-Man. So yeah, it's been Fred Rex Reviews, signing off. Peace out.